Matty, thanks for joining us. Matty, obviously you used K2X's calling system and had some early success with it. More recently, you had us run some training around phone prospecting for your 6 offices. Can you just tell us a little bit about how that experience went down?
It was awesome, mate. I think that the reality of deal making these days is all about, the numbers are really important, they've always been important, but the actual art of the deal is so much more important. In terms of what I mean by that is every single call that you make, the ability to connect and actually progress people is incredibly important rather than just churning through the numbers. So what your training allowed us to do was actually for each agent in our business to get the most out of every call and discover information that prior to the training they weren't discovering.
Fantastic. And I guess, was the training beneficial for the team as a whole, and have you heard of or noticed any improvement in the agents that were at that session?
There's been huge improvement from the agents from that session, and I think, as I said, the ability to unearth information that ordinarily they would have hung up the phone on. And that's critical, right? Because if you don't understand where a client's at and how you can best assist them, then you're not doing your job. So the training, since we actually had that, the agents are coming back to me and saying, I'm discovering now a timeline in which buyers are working towards, whereas before I wasn't discovering with people that were sort of in the 50-50 in the balance. Obviously people that just offer that up, you'll always find out that information, but we've been able to unearth more information on the back of your training, and which has been incredibly valuable for the team.
That's awesome, thank you. And I guess, was there any difference in K2X's prospecting system, or did that training differ from other training you've organised for your team? And what would you say were the defining features, if there were any?
I think the real defining features of your training, which I actually really admire, is it's just mastery around tone, it's mastery around pace. It's asking those right questions and how to move people to get them to exactly what you want to find out of them, without taking a huge amount of time either, because obviously people are, time pressure when they're on the phone to somebody who's looking to sort of move them forward. But if you ask the right question with the right pace, with the right tone, you get the right outcome. And that was key critical that came off the back of your training.
Beautiful, thank you. Matt, finally, if there was an agent or principal that was watching this and thinking about undertaking our phone prospecting training, what would you say to them?
I would say you should definitely do it. I think that I love the fact that we've dovetailed in your team going through and clearing our database out for us, and then being able to also take that over to our agents, and making sure that they can then build the relationships. And I think the people understanding that in our team, understanding what it is that you're doing and how you're doing it, has actually flowed through really beautifully, so that they've got a really complete picture when they actually jump on the phone and start ringing people, which makes it smoother in terms of working that relationship to a point where there's trust and you can come and get the opportunity to walk through the front door.
Beautiful. Thank you, Matty.